What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So it seems this is the moment I've been waiting for all these long year. Whenever this lawsuit or the Activision Blizzard deal started, this is what I've been waiting for. Ever since Sony opened their little mouths, start crying, little Jim Ryan crying, man, we can't compete, blah blah. This is what I wanted. Microsoft has sent a subpoena to Sony, like, yo, since you want to talk, since you want to be a rat, since you want to be blah blah wah, guess what? Court says you gotta show us the stuff. Now, I learned about this. I guess I was listening to the Giant Bombcast today. No, actually, I learned about it last night, but I didn't do a video because I usually don't do videos at night. Anyway, I think Jeff Grubb said it. He made a very good point that most of it will probably be redacted. Excuse me. So we won't be privy to the info. Maybe, maybe the documents will leak. Maybe the unredacted document. Well, that's never happened. It's always redacted. But we can always fill in the blanks. You know what I mean? And just by the sheer number of exclusives, because they can maybe say, oh, we're not going to show the names, but I don't know if the whole point of them getting the information is they can't redact the fact that if it's exclusive or not, or for how long, and all these things. And that's the whole point of getting the information. They say they can't compete, but let's see your release lineup and how many of those are exclusives, and it'll never come to Xbox. They're getting the dirt. They're legally getting the dirt. Sony's dirt. This is this is what I said would happen. I was like, Sony, they don't want this to go all the way. Obviously, I don't think Sony wanted this to happen, but the FTC had other plans. And Sony's like, damn, we don't have to give them all the information. FTC's like, we want all the information. Xbox like, we want the information. So it's like, God dang it, we just don't want to lose our money. Call of Duty money. We want Call of Duty money. Can't have it both ways, buddy. Oh man, that's so hilarious. It's gonna be, I said it was gonna be interesting. I said this generation was gonna be interesting. It was just true. But this is getting even more interesting. Even though I'm sick and tired of talking about it, it's still interesting, because now we get to see Sony squirming and they've been squirming and worming and crying all year. But now it's gonna get real. Now we get to see some of the dirt. This happened at the Apple versus Epic. They had to spill some of their dirt, and it was horrible dirt. It was like, oh snap, crossplay attacks? What? Huh? All these like nuggets of information, like, oh, Sony's doing dirty in the industry. What the hell is all this? So how much dirt will we get from this? How much dirt is Microsoft gonna get? I bet you Microsoft was like, look, Microsoft, they got money, right? So they don't care about, oh yeah, we'll pay the late fees or whatever on this deal. They don't care about that. At this point, Microsoft, Phil, Satya, they're in it for blood. They're like, yo, all right, we're gonna do what we need to do to get this deal done. But y'all, I don't think Sony realizes what they've done. They could have, if they would have played nice, I don't think Microsoft would be this aggressive. They would be like, oh, we're just gonna chill with our 5 to 7 studios and blah blah. Nope. So, oh, you want to play, Sony? Oh, you want to play? Hold on, let me get my wallet out. Boop, bloop. All the paper flying everywhere because they got a lot of it. Man, I don't know. Maybe it's delusions. Maybe on Sony's part, like the leadership, they think they shite smell so rosy they could do no wrong. And the thing is like, tangent, like the whole Last of Us, right? The show come out, right? And then the game is reportedly selling 238% better than it did prior to the show, whatever. Or the sales rise 238%. What was the base number? Because if you're selling 1 copy, 10 copies, 238% ain't nothing. Okay? So that's why they gave that number. That's why they gave the percentage and not the actual numbers of units sold, because it is unimpressive. They're like, oh, 238. And the idiot shareholders will be like, yeah, that's good. That's a lot of money, right? Like, yeah, that's a lot of money. Be happy, you know? So I'm like, pfft. And also, is this going to continue? I mean, it's extra sales, sure. I'm not knocking that, but like, what is it? A couple thousand sales or something? It's not like millions of sales, because it hasn't been selling because it's an old ass game. But, and also more news. Sony's doing a revision of PlayStation 5. Those rumors though, and the PlayStation 5 revision is supposed to be. I talked about this before, where it's a digital PlayStation 5, probably a little bit smaller, different, slightly different design, I would say, and the ability to put a standalone it's not standalone, but a separate peripheral hard disk drive on it. That's how it should have came out in the first place. To be honest, that should have been the PlayStation version 1. That way they can sell it both ways, or just sell them separately, digital. And if you want the CD, if you want the DVD player, if you want the Blu-ray player, then you buy that too. That's it. But they didn't do that. So now they're in this position, which is good in a way, because people will buy, like the people who bought, the early adopters, they'll buy this one again just to have the different version. So in that respect, sure, but that's not giant, that's not mainstream. And if the price is still gonna be the same, there's no improvement on the system. It's smaller. It's gonna be smaller. It's gonna be cooler. It's gonna work better. And there was a rumor of liquid cooled. No, they did the metal liquid metal. That's not working out for them. So I don't know. Liquid cooling will cost more, honestly, than the passive cooling that they have now. Or not. It's not passive cooling, but it is, vapor chamber, heatsink, fan cooling. Traditional? I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, I'm not excited about that. I'm interested in what the new design will be, but the original design of PlayStation 5 is so bad, and the fact that the ponies can't really admit it it's just part of the war. It's part of the rhetoric. It's part of this is my winning team, so I've got to cheerlead and be on the same side, whatever decisions they make and all that, whatever. But that's about all I got. I mean, the main thing, I was just gonna do a video about the subpoena, but all this other stuff popped up too. So I don't think Sony's move to do the whole movie to games kind of synergy thing is a smart move, but they suck at doing movies. Now, shows, Last of Us is good, but it's about the showrunners, it's about the writers, and so far, that's the only thing that they've done that's been worthwhile. That is a game property. I have zero faith in God of War. Oh, hell no. Because God of War is a little bit extra. That's like mythology, super special effects. It's either going to look real low budget or it's going to be high budget. And, I mean, how good can it be? And who's going to play Kratos? That's the question, right? I mean, I've already talked about this before, but who's going to play Kratos? Christopher Judge cannot play Kratos. He's too fat. And just kidding. And where are they going to start? Are they going to start at the original God of War? Or are they going to start at this new 2018 God of War? I know I talked about this before, but I have no faith in that stuff. Yeah, I did talk about it. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Go to comments. Let me know. Are you not worried, but do you think that Sony's worried about the subpoena? And do you think the ponies are worried about the subpoena? And are you laughing at Sony because they have to do a subpoena because of the little cry baby stuff that they were doing before? I am. It's hilarious. Is the new PlayStation gonna be anything? It's just like a nothing burger, pretty much. Probably. And the other thing I talked about that I can't remember right now because I'm happily sleeping in my brain. Anyway, Tap like a saga on the next one. That means I'll catch you on the next one. That's not what it means. It's just words. To the way.